Hello dear traders, I'm Maria Starodup and this is the review of crypto analytics from fx.co. It's the 9th of August, today Wednesday, and now today's review. Investors close their position on Bitcoin ahead of important macro data and what to expect from the cryptocurrency next. Meanwhile, Bitcoin tried to break through the important level 30,000 but failed. And we will start with an article by Tom Petrenko and what's happening with Bitcoin ahead of CPI publication, which is due tomorrow. So, of the past 2 months, a clear pattern has emerged in the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin market, where significant price movements only occur upon the release of macro news. And the last time Bitcoin made a significant price surge was in anticipation of the Fed meeting, where the key rate was raised once again. And now we are observing increased investor activity ahead of the CPI data publication on Thursday, 10th of August. And market participants are gearing up for potential inflation outcomes and are closing their positions. This process began to pressure the price as additional volumes of Bitcoin appeared in the market. So far, there hasn't been a significant change in price dynamics, but the probability of intensifying of a bearish trend is increasing. So the question is, who is selling and who is buying Bitcoin at the moment? Despite long-term confidence in Bitcoin, the market anticipates negative inflation data. Analysts see the potential for CPI to rise above 3%, which would automatically trigger an extension of the Fed's monetary policy for at least another month. And given this, investors will be closing their positions and moving their capital for safer assets in anticipation of volatility. And this process primarily concerns short-term investors who don't want to ride the waves of volatility before the important event. And it's also reported that miners have been selling their Bitcoin reserves more frequently over the last 3 months to settle their 2022 debts. However, local Bitcoin sell-offs have not been particularly successful so far. And who is buying Bitcoin? This has been made possibly due to the activity of large investors. The unsuccessful sell-off due to the activity of large investors who resumed buying Bitcoin once the price began to slowly slide to 28,500, 29,700 range. And Sentiment reports that the Bitcoin buying phase was preceded by a stablecoin accumulation phase where large players are now converting into Bitcoin. And long-term investors also remain loyal to Bitcoin. Over 14.5 million Bitcoins are held by those who haven't moved their coins. So short-term investors sell and long-term and large investors buy. And what's going on charts, and what's technical picture showing us? Let's have a look. Bitcoin continues to move in a downward channel with minimal price corrections, and as of August 7th, the asset attempted to break the 29,000 level. At the one point, the price reached 28,600, but buyers subsequently managed to push it back to above 29,000. On the 4-hour time frame, a bullish engulfing pattern formed, followed by a recovery above 29,000. Subsequently, the asset continued its upward movement towards 29,200, 400 levels, where it encountered increased volumes of sellers. Overall, the situation remains bearish, but the Bitcoin price is actively testing the local resistance level. Meanwhile, trading volumes remain at $12 billion, and the volatility level has reached a historical low of 0.78%. And the local surge of buyers had led the Bitcoin price attempting to break through the downward trend line around 29,400. Technical metrics are gradually taking on a bullish direction, but it would be premature to suggest to the development of a strong corrective upward movement. It's likely that we see a local correction or consolidation, after which the bearish trend will continue with a target around 28,500. So the situation that unfolded on August 7 confirms the increased activity of buyers in the market. At the same time, the decline of Bitcoin price below 29,000 occurred with falling volumes, indicating a weakening of the local downward trend. It can also be surmised that this was due to a lull ahead of the inflation data release, making it risky to open long positions at this time. So, making a conclusion, Artem says that Bitcoin market is beginning to come alive due to the activity of traders pursuing their goals. In the coming days, we will likely witness the primary stage of the market's preparation for CPI data, which is expected to be around 3.2%. Therefore, the prevailing sentiment towards Bitcoin remains bearish, with 28,500 targets potentially attainable in the short term. This sentiment would be invalidated if Bitcoin manages to consolidate above 30,200 on a momentum swing, but the current situation nearly rules out such a possibility. Okay, now let's shortly observe another point of view on technical picture for Bitcoin, and then we'll have a look at the chart for the moment. So the article by Ralph Shadler, which was written yesterday late in the evening. So that time Bitcoin was trading at 29,769, and it has increased by more than 4% from the days before low. And as we know from Ralph's previous analysis, the downside movement could be over, and the crypto could develop a new upward movement. So Bitcoin retreated a little after escaping from a flag pattern, trying to confirm its breakout and to attract more buyers before jumping higher. Failing to test and retest the broken downtrend line announced strong upside pressure, and the next major upside target is seen at 30,025. So Ralph's outlook is the following: a valid breakout above 30,025 announces further growth and is seen as a new long opportunity. Okay, let's have a look at the charts of Bitcoin for the moment. It's the 9th of August, and Bitcoin opened today at the point 29,811, and now it is trading at the point 29,754. Yesterday, late in the evening, it tried to break through the 30,000 level. It was really close to the point Ralph mentioned. The highest level was 30,012, but Bitcoin didn't manage to break through it, and it retreated a little to the points around 29,800. So These 2 days, today and tomorrow, are quite important before the publication of CPI data, so a lot may change. We should be very careful today and tomorrow, and let's see what's going to happen after that and before that. And we will see each other tomorrow in our next review. I wish you a profitable trading and have a nice day. Goodbye.